The breakout star of this Premier League season, for me, is Mads Hermansen, the Leicester City goalkeeper. He is very solid and dependable. In this video, let's take a look into his technique, and compare it with Kasper Schmeichel, the current Denmark #1, and how both of them represent the Danish style of goalkeeping. As always, the set position is a very obvious sign of the style of goalkeeping a goalkeeper has. For Hermansen, his legs are wide apart, with his knees bent, as well as pointing slightly outwards. This allows him to drop his knee down to make a scoop save, as we see here. These legs positioning also lets him drop down fast to make a collapse dive. For Hermansen, because many shots he faces are from inside the box, making a fast collapse dive is a very important technique that he must perfect. Since many shots are from close, many saves that Hermansen has to make are reaction saves. Hence, the bent knees help to load his legs, in order to push off towards any direction. This is a common technique that most goalkeepers use when the shots are coming from close. They tend to bend lower, as it helps them to not only see the ball better through a lot of players, but also to be able to react quicker with more power. As we have discussed in previous videos, which you can check out after finishing this video, many goalkeepers use micro steps or micro movements before making the dive. However, I do not see Hermansen using this very often. Obviously, if there is a deflection, he has to use micro steps to reposition before making the saves. Previously, I mentioned that Hermansen has a slightly wide stance. For most of his saves, Hermansen actually steps further from his body in the push-off, so that he can generate power in the dives. This has worked rather well for Hermansen, as he can reach the corners of the goal easily. A trend I see is that Danish goalkeepers like to dive backwards, intentional or not I unfortunately do not know. This trend happens a lot with closer range shots. Sometimes, this leads to balls being parried into the middle of the box, especially when the shot is from wide. The middle of the box is a dangerous area, and it has resulted in a few I think preventable goals conceded by Hermansen. Other goalkeepers, like we see here, tend to remain straight, or even dive forwards, when facing close range shots. This helps them parry the ball forward, away from the dangerous areas. Another trend that I have noticed is that Danish goalkeepers like to anticipate the shots from close. As the shot is taken, Hermansen is already leaning one way. Schmeichel also does it frequently, as we see here. This is a tricky skill to master. To do this, the goalkeeper has to read the striker's body language. If the striker opens the body, he anticipates that the shot will go to the far post. If the striker closes the body, he can anticipate that the shot will go to the near post. Sometimes, the ball will be too fast, and Hermansen will not be able to reach it. However, goalkeeping is all about giving yourself the best chance to make the save, even when the shot is from so close that it seems almost impossible to make the save. Lastly, let us discuss Hermansen's one-on-one saves, which I think is really representative of Danish goalkeepers in general. For the most part, Hermansen likes to intercept the ball whenever possible. He does this by being very proactive and rushing out from his line. He dives at the ball, and smothers the through ball. When he is unable to reach the ball before the striker, similar to German goalkeepers like Neuer, Hermansen will go into the split position. This increases the surface area of his body that faces the ball, which will help cover the ball. He also tries to jump into the split. This will help him to close down the angle while the shot is being taken. This differs from German goalkeepers, who will split in their current position. Thereafter, he will try to move the arms in order to react to the shot. His legs will remain in place to block off any low shots. If we compare this to Schmeichel, we also see similar patterns. He splits even before the shot is taken, and uses his arms to try and react to the shot from the striker. So what do you think of the techniques that goalkeepers from Denmark use? If you would like to see styles of goalkeeping from different countries, let me know down in the comments.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out another one here.